Alrighty, I think I'm starting a new series called He Breaks It, We Fix It. This will be action items that we can take in response to actions of the current administration. The first rule in this series is to remain calm. You've heard it already. We are still in the shock and awe phase, and this administration is using a very common tactic of trying to start so many fires all at once that we don't know which ones to put out first. A lot of these fires are distractions, and a lot of the work is already being done for us by Congress and by the judicial branch. But we are going to need each other. We are going to need communities. I also want to preface this by saying that this message is not towards any political party or for any political party. This is about taking care of each other regardless of our political views. I will say more on that in another video. But for now, what I want to talk about today is the memo that was released last night saying that there is a suspension of all federal grants, loans, and other assistance programs, which is going to go into effect today at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. There is a lot that we don't know about this because the memo, as with a lot of the communication out of this administration, has been vague. So it's really easy to start spinning out about all of the possible things that this could entail. I'm going to list some of what that might be, but it is not to instill panic in you. I want you to still try to remain calm and logical as we talk about it. So first off, we know that it is not going to affect Medicaid and it is not going to affect Social Security. They also said that it's not going to affect direct funds to individuals, but there's no clarity on what that actually means. Many social services are likely to be affected. Some include WIC, Women, Infants, and Children, which provides food and guidance, healthcare guidance, and nutritional guidance to women and children in need. Another very closely related to that is Head Start, which provides families in poverty with resources when it comes to early intervention, education, putting food on your table, making sure that you're getting appropriate pediatrician visits for your children. We could see the defunding and closing of shelters for domestic abuse, cancer research, especially related to childhood cancer cures, and suicide hotlines. This means that many people in our community will be affected. And for me, I'm hyper-focused right now on how children will be affected because as an educator, there are children in my care who are part of the Head Start program who already have certain food insecurities, and I am concerned that they are going to be affected by this. The timeline is also uncertain. Agencies have been given until February 10th to submit detailed information on any programs, projects, or activities subject to the pause. And there's also this amorphous line that says that this should be carried out to the extent permissible under applicable law. So that's a big one to pay attention to because a lot of these grants have been funded by Congress, and it is presumed to be unlawful that the administration can rescind all of these grants. So I have two things that I want you to do. If you are someone who works for a government organization that sends out these funds, as far as you know, it is unlawful for you to stop doing that. Remember, rule number one, we do not obey in advance. As far as you know, Congress approved these funds and the president cannot rescind them. And then for the rest of us that are not part of these organizations, we are not helpless. It is time for us to organize and help fill the gap that the federal government is leaving. So I understand a lot of us are broke, right? And the price of eggs keeps going up. But you can help fundraise. And some of us do have money in our pockets that we can share, and this is the time that we need to be sharing it. Reach out to the local organizations that you feel will be affected by this change, ask them how you can help, and when they tell you, you do it. This is the time we need to hold up our communities in whatever capacity we can. We can do this. You can do this. but we have to do it together. Please share this video and please look out for your community.